Um, I'd like to start this practice first by recognizing what it is that I personally would like to begin focusing on today, and also each day I'll be going through and kind of strengthening within, because there are so many things that I want to do, and I haven't been doing them to the degree that I would like. So I need to step into, um, let's say, a more effective way of using my energy. Even though I'm doing a good job, I know that there are other things that I want to accomplish. So, that being said, I'm going to be focusing on courage today. And so let's just begin going to sleep, as we've been kind of going through our wake up sessions on Mondays, just going to a relaxed place, maybe on the back or, on your side, whatever feels right. And just take a moment to sink the body, relax the body, feel heavier so you could deactivate. Notice how you're feeling. Notice if you're feeling a little bit more tired today than maybe yesterday, or relaxed or restless. Maybe it's hard to quiet the mind, or maybe you find it very easy to quiet the mind. Just notice what it is. Be aware of this current experience in every way possible. And now bring your attention to the heart center. Notice how it feels there. Maybe you can feel physical sensations. Maybe you feel an emotion in the heart center. And we're going to, at this time, focus on cultivating a sense of courage in the heart center. So when people say, I have the heart, I don't have the heart. Right? I don't have the heart, I don't have the courage. So we want to be able to say, I have the courage, I have the heart to do what it is I need to do, to say what I need to say, to think what I need to think. And we'll focus on that space and just feeling like a sense of courage is growing and growing, and we'll let that courage even take us to this practice and help us move. So it's like you're just waking up and you're realizing there are things in the back burner, things waiting for you. But if you just go rush to them, it might not be a good outcome. So you want to build the courage first. So every deep breath now, taking deeper, deeper breaths, realizing you're awakening to a felt sense of courage within. Deeper and deeper into the breath, starting to feel now ready to move as you incite this courage in the chest. Excited to move, ready. Really looking forward to it because you feel like it's going to be okay. Either way, we're going to do our best. All the things we've been putting off, all the things we've been trying, whatever it is, going to start to move now. So when you're on your side, or if you're on your back, we're going to just find the right movement for you. So if you're on the side and you want to take spinal twists, interchanging from left to right, or if you're on the back, you can take knee to chest, hands around the knee. Just a nice opening situation. And then maybe evening out, we'll be meeting on the back with the arms reaching back and the toes pointing forward, feeling extension through the whole body. And then bring the right knee in, both hands around the right knee. Take this knee and circle it. So actually you might drop the left hand, you might bring it to the belly, to the heart, out to the side. Whatever feels right. And then circling the other way. Just mobilizing the hip. Now we'll take this leg and extend it upwards. You can take the arms up or out to the sides. And then we're going to just take some circles with the leg, so little circles with the leg. Now noticing the breath, we want even breath. Controlled, maintaining that all through the practice. Go ahead and rotate the other way. Look for at least a 4-second inhalation, a 4-second exhalation. Now we're going to isolate the circling to the ankle. So bring the hands to support the leg, keeping the leg fairly still, and just rotate the foot. See if you can flex a little bit more deeply and point a little bit more. And then we'll continue, but reversing the direction. And then we'll flex the foot, take a nice deep breath in and out. Let's settle this leg down and release the arms. And now be very attentive. So relaxing the body completely. Notice the right leg from hip to toes. Be aware of all the sensations in the right leg. How does it feel? And then bring your attention to the left leg. Notice how the left leg feels. All the sensation in the left leg from the hip to the toes. Now notice how they are in relation to each other. So you might feel buzzing in the right leg compared to the left leg. It feels more alive. Bringing that circulation to the right leg. Now feeling imbalanced. And then let us work on being balanced. So we'll go ahead and bring the left knee in to the chest, hand around the left knee, and then find out where you want to find the right hand resting. Maybe on the heart, the belly, or out to the side. And then begin to circle this leg, working with the hip. Mobile hips. Rotating the other way. Okay, we'll be taking this leg and extending it upwards. Arms can rest alongside the body, but today I'm going to put a little extra effort in keeping my hands to my trunk, and especially towards the heart center, to continue to cultivate a sense of courage, keeping my mind there, and then go ahead and begin to circle the leg. You say courage is, doing something in spite of the fear that exists within you about that thing. It's just doing it in spite of fear, taking action in spite of the fear within. And that action alone will dispel the fear. Rotating the other way. And then isolating the leg as the leg's movement to the ankle. So holding the leg and then circling the foot. Okay, so when you're ready, rotate the other way. And then let's flex the foot and take a nice deep breath in and out. And release. Let the legs go, relax the body. Maybe hands to heart or keep the arms to the sides. And pay attention to the left leg. Notice all the sensations in the left leg from hip to toes. And notice the right leg from hip to toes. Still so relaxed, it's almost like you could sleep. And hopefully you see and feel, experience these two legs are much more balanced, or maybe even balanced with each other. At this time, bring hand to heart, hand to belly. Let's shift into Ujjayi Pranayama if you haven't already come into it. Deep breath in through the nose, belly expands. All the way up to the chest. Exhale, open the mouth, fog out. Mouth stays open, fog in. Close the mouth, exhale through the nostrils. Inhaling through the nostrils, but keeping that ocean-like quality of sound to the breath. So we're going to now roll over to the left side of the body and have the left hand to the left, right underneath the head actually, so, or the elbow, right? So you can bend the arm or keep it straight. And what we'll be doing here, first of all, make sure that this area around you is clear. So I could see the wall around me is, behind me is a little bit of an issue. And what we're going to do is circle the right arm around. So when you're ready, you have the knees out to the left. This is going to help support and counter the motion of the right arm. We're going to take this right arm forward, right in front of the chest, keep the arm straight, and then trail the fingertips all the way overhead and then out to the right. And then bring it towards the thigh and forward again. So let's take 5 circles this way. You can coordinate with the breath. It's such a large circle. You could be inhaling the arm up and out, and then exhaling the arm down and forward. And once you've gone through 5 circles this way, we'll reverse the circles. So once the hand is forward, then you'll lower, bring the arm towards the thigh, behind, up, and forward. If you're ever really achy in the upper back, the shoulders, this is a really nice one to take. It's helped me plenty over the years. And then once you've gone through those 5 circles, we're going to take the arm upwards and just move the wrist around in circles. Rotate the other way. Now I think from this position we can also bend the arm and just kind of move the forearm in circles a few times here. So working with the elbow. And then once you've gone through that, you can reverse. Nice gentle wake up for our week. Then let's release this arm and come to lying down on the back. And let's do as we did before, but this time with the arms. Bring the attention to the left arm and the right arm. Now just focus only on the right arm from the shoulder to the fingers. Notice how it feels. Go through the bicep, the tricep, the elbow, the forearm, the wrist, the fingers. You can even go towards the right shoulder blade, notice that. And then change your attention over to the left arm, from the shoulder to the fingertips. Notice how it feels all the way through. Include the shoulder blade, the muscles surrounding it, and the upper back. And then notice both of the arms in relation to each other. So hopefully again you feel the right arm as if, because it is, more alive, more circulation in there, more movement has occurred. And you might now bring attention to all the limbs. Notice that the two legs and the right arm feel similarly, and the left arm feels different in comparison to the rest. Isn't that amazing? So we're going to now go to the right side of the body. So you can bend the knees, and I'm just going to switch so I can face you. And now I'll suggest that this right arm, if you don't want to bend the elbow, you can bring something on top of the head, because we just did some good work on that elbow. You can feel the left elbow might be a little sore. I know mine is. So then from here, make sure that you have the clear space. I can see that it is not. So that we can take those circles and not have to worry about hitting things. So we'll start with the left arm in front, and then we'll begin to circle the arm down, back, and up. I think this is actually a little on the backward side, so if you want to start the other way, the first way that we started, I think we took the arm up, back, down, and then forward. And so I like to do this one first. I always like to do the back going in the opposite direction with that arm moving forward. To me is like a backward, so it's like it takes more effort. I don't know if I'm making any sense right now. I mean, sometimes you could just be too relaxed to make sense. I find myself there all the time. Now we're going to find those 5 circles. If you ever talk to me after class, in person, usually I'm kind of like spaced out a little. That's why. So then once we've gone through, it took a little extra, you can take the arm in the opposite direction. Yeah, it's the arm overhead and taking it forward that for me requires a little extra effort, and that exposes some weaknesses that I have, right? So wherever we have to put a little bit more effort, it's just somewhere that we aren't so strong. This is such a sweet motion. You can easily take 10 or 20 of these circles if you're dealing with that achiness I mentioned, and it really changes the situation. Now we'll go ahead and once you've taken all 10 of those, we'll take the arm up and move the wrist. Rotate the other way. Okay, let's give the elbow some attention, so we'll circle the forearm a little bit. Rotate the other way. And release. Find your way to the back again. Let's experience the whole body. Relaxing the legs, the arms. Bring your attention now to the right arm. Notice how it feels. And bring your attention to the left arm. Scanning the left arm from shoulder to fingers. How does it feel? Now notice the right arm. And now hold in your attention the left arm again. Notice the right arm again. Now hold in your mind both arms, the left and the right arm, and notice that they are more balanced. Okay, bring your attention to the left leg, just the left leg, from hip to toes. Now the right leg from hip to toes. Now the left. Now the right. Now both legs. Hold both legs in your mind. Without tensing the legs. And then now move your attention to the trunk. So now notice the trunk in relation to the limbs. Perhaps the limbs feel more alive than the trunk at this point, right? Pelvis, the belly, the chest, the back. And let's do some work there. So let's go ahead and take the arms, reach them back, point the toes forward. Get a little bit more active and get off of the back. Bring the knees into the chest, and you might rock up to seated and then switch right over to a table posture, into hands and knees. And from table, we'll actually be coming to standing on the knees. So standing on the knees with the hands to the hips. At this time, find just a little bit of a camel posture. So pull the pelvis in, activate the glutes, and then lift the heart up. And then as you exhale, bring the hips down to the heels, lower the trunk, as if you're coming into a child's posture. But then from here, we're going to rise right back up. So what you can do is begin to lift the hips first, and then unroll the spine. Head is the last to rise. Activate the glutes, then lift the head. And then you can come out of this by lowering the hips, and then the head is the last to come down. So once again, you can bend the knees so deeply by lifting the hips, taking the heart up, letting the head come back. Exhale, lower the hips, and lower the chest, and then the head. Inhale, lift the hips, work your way up to the head. Make sure you activate the glutes. And then exhale, lower the hips. Let's take a few more of these. So it's very much like a wave-like motion. Just a few more. And then we'll meet in camel, holding here for 5 breaths. So you might keep the hands to the hips, or you might take the hands towards the heels. Holding the heels, you might roll over the toes to elevate the heels if needed. Be here without strain or pain, always in our practice, never looking for either of those. It's a sense of ease with a little bit of challenge, and that's where the discomfort is. Another deep breath. Come out of this, And then lower into a child's posture for a few breaths. Nice clearing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to rise once again to table. Come to standing on the knees. This time step the right foot forward. And then roll over the back toes. And just for a moment here, just feel the ball of the left foot on the mat. Now push into the feet and lift the left knee just about 2 inches off the mat. Take 2 deep breaths, so very strong transition. And then lower the left knee down. Release the left foot. Sink into the right knee. Roll over the left toes again. Bring your weight into the feet. Press into the feet and lift the left knee a little bit higher this time, so not all the way. So we're going to gradually find our way to a crescent lunge in a moment. Exhale, lower the left knee down. Top of the foot comes down. You can sink into the right knee for a moment and then come back to roll over the left toes. And this time straighten the left leg. Take the hands behind and interlace the fingers. Squeeze the shoulders back. We're going to release the arms, take them upwards, and then go ahead and come into Warrior B. Pivot the left toes to face the left side of the mat. Right knee is still lunging, arms to a T. Squeeze the shoulders back and down, and then feel like the left arm is being pulled out to the left or towards the back, right? To lift the trunk. Palms down or palms up, shoulders back and down, pelvis pulls in, gazing past the right fingertips for 3 breaths. Now we're going to maintain this position with the legs, but bring the hands to the heart center. Keep looking forward. Focusless gaze. We're going to stay in this lunge in spite of us knowing that the intensity is going to build in the leg, in the right leg, in the hip. We're going to be here a few more deep breaths. Just coming back into that deep feeling of courage within us that we can do things even if we are reluctant or hesitant or uncomfortable or afraid. And remembering that mere action itself is part of the remedy. And part of the remedy to whatever it is that keeps us from feeling that courage within ourselves. So let's sink in a little bit more deeply and be okay with this. And then straighten the right leg. Just take a couple breaths here. Going to bring the arms to a T and come into an extended triangle posture. Reach out with the right arm. Legs are straight now. Lower the right arm to the right leg. Inhale, lift the left arm. Sink the hand lower down the leg, only if you can keep the trunk over the right leg. The moment it starts to move, that trunk starts to move out to the left, then it's hard to maintain the proper alignment, right? So shift the hand up if that's the case. Couple deep breaths. And we'll look down. Go ahead and lunge into the right knee. Bring the hands down around the foot. Left knee comes down. step the right knee back next to the left knee. Bring the hands to the hips. And then we'll go ahead and step the left foot forward. So we know what we're getting ourselves into. Let's go ahead and go right into it. Roll over the back toes. Lift the right knee 2 inches off the mat and hold there for 2 breaths. Remember, it's still bent, it's very low. Exhale, lower the knee. Release the top of the foot down, sink into the left knee, and then come back to rolling over the right toes. Push into the feet, lift the right knee a couple more inches up. It's about 4 inches or so. Leg isn't straight yet. Exhale, lower the knee down. Now we're going to come into that crescent lunge, but sink into the left knee first, and then let's go ahead and roll over the toes again. Lift the knee, straighten up the leg. Left knee is over the ankle, maybe before, but not past. Take the hands behind, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders back. Release the arms, take them upwards, and now we'll come into Warrior B. Pivot the right toes to face the right side of the mat. Arms come to a T. Sinking into the left knee, shoulders up, back, down, pelvis pulled in. Palms down or up, gazing past the left fingertips. Another breath here. And then we bring hands to heart center. Connecting to the courage within as you breathe deeply here. Despite and in spite of the sensation. As long as it's not pain or strain. Just a little uncomfortable, maybe even a little bit more uncomfortable. We're not going to be here forever, so it's okay to be here, right? It's okay to go even deeper. A few more breaths. Keep the leg bent if you can for another 2 breaths. And straighten the left leg. Take a break here, a couple breaths, and then we're going into that extended triangle posture. So we're going to bring the arms to a T, reach out with the left arm, lower down to the left leg, inhale the right arm up. You can keep the head neutral, or you might look up past the right hand. See if you can draw the shoulder blade in and down the back. Couple deep breaths. Okay. We're going to come into a lunge here, so we can bring the hands down around the left foot, bring the right knee down, left knee down. And from here, we're coming right into pigeon's posture. So take the right leg back into this table, and then right knee to right hand, left leg slides back. Take a moment to maybe rock a little side to side. And then begin to lower the trunk, lower the head, support the head so the neck isn't just, dangling there. Rest the neck. Focus on complete breath so that the trunk has motion, and that is directly related to the breath and your ability to let go and not be holding on. People tend to take deep breaths to some degree, but then they're keeping the rib cage tight, or the rib cage itself has structurally become tight because of that lack of motion. So we want to encourage that motion, create spaces in the rib cage. We're going to create a little bit of a twist here. So just rise up a bit, take the right elbow down underneath the chest, bring the hands together, and then twist to the left. And if this is too much, doesn't feel right, you could stay right in pigeons with the heart down. That's single-legged pigeon. And let's just see what it's like to twist the other way. So left elbow down, turning, shifting in the hip, and then we'll lower. Take a deep breath here, in and out. And then let's switch legs. So we'll rise. Maybe in table, you take that right leg behind. Maybe some motion. And then we switch. Left leg can lift. Left knee to left hand. Right leg slides back. Sway your way in. Folding and finding those deep breaths. We're going to rise and twist to the right this time, left elbow down, hands together. Fingers are pointing inwardly. Maybe feeling the wrist stretch a little bit. And then we'll switch. Right elbow comes down, twist to the left. And we'll come out of this into table, left leg behind. And right from here coming to lying down on the back once again. Going to take the legs directly up, hold the legs with the hands, flex the feet. Maybe see if you can get the hands higher up, and if it's very tight in the back body, you can bend the knees as long as you're flexing the feet. So not so much a happy baby, but at this point keeping the legs as close together as you can, maybe even all the way together, and then focusing on stretching the back of the legs. So if you feel this is really difficult and tight, You're going to push the legs into the hands and the hands back into the legs, and then just release the legs. And then just push in again, create some resistance, and release. And now we're going to allow ourselves to be here with deep breaths. We're just about ready to rest. Maybe flex and point the toes a little bit. Not the whole time. We want to be able to come back to this flexion in the feet with the legs as straight as possible. Be in the discomfort of the situation that we put ourselves in intentionally. Right? That's the point of this cultivating courage within ourselves. Because whatever intention you're going to have for this week, you will need courage in order to fulfill it. So long as it's something that you aren't, doing all the time. We're going to take one more breath and then release. And just come into the next thing that feels right for you, so we can come to lying down and resting. So maybe spinal twist would be good. You could take knees over to one side, head to the other. Switching sides. And then finding our way to lying down in a position that for you is the right thing right now. So if you want to go back into that sensation like you are asleep and you're going to awaken for the first time this whole week, we'll say, you can find your way there. If you'd like, you can also have hands to heart center. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Release through the mouth. Letting go completely. Softening the whole body. Relaxing entirely. Resting. And before you change anything, notice the limbs, the arms, the legs, and now notice the trunk. Maybe you feel the trunk is now as alive as the limbs. And then with that life flourishing within you, look into this week and see what it is this week that you will be focusing on. Where will you put your attention the most? You'll have your attention in many places, but where do you want to intentionally place your attention this week? Is it on something like that you're working on, like a project? Or is it on a way of being, a state of mind? Is it that you want to pay more attention to the joys in your life? Or pay more attention to the excitement in your life or to the calm in your life, to the peace? So where will you be placing your attention on intentionally this week? We simply call that an intention. For a moment, notice how that will help others. So remembering this practice is not just about us. Our intentions are not just about us. How does this focus of your attention help others? See that. Now come back to that deep sense of courage within, just waiting for you to take action. Feel it in the heart, flourishing there. Feel it fill up the whole body as you deepen the breath. And begin to move the hands and the feet. Begin to wake up for the first time this week. Wake up to a new understanding of how you will focus your attention for the next few days. Open the eyes, feel the joy in the eyes opening. Bring the knees in, find your way up to seated. Feel the joy in rising. Bring the palms together, close the eyes. Feel the joy in sealing our practice. We'll seal our practice with the sound of Om today. So taking a deep breath in. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I honor the light in you that is the same light in me. Namaste. Thank you for being here. I wanted us to do a little with our neck, some neck rolls. So I'm going to do that now. If you have time, you can join me. But I know that everything felt so alive in my body, but my neck wondered, what about me? So it's important to get that mobility in the neck as well. Better. All right. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful week if I don't see you until next week.